right, Shalom. Kahalal Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahushai, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahushai, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessing to the Akim out there, pushing his word in truth and sincerity. All right, this is GMS Joplin. All right, and this is a lesson about what's going on in the news right now, especially with the collusion with other foreign governments, and we're going to get right into it. So right now what we've seen is for the last couple months, the FBI has been putting a hammer and been indicting people such as Paul Manafort, Robert Mueller, Papadopoulos, as of his next last few days also. And basically it's in what happens is when the government sets laws but they don't live by it, they're being hypocrites. Okay, so they set laws and they're mainly the stories that they're made to be able to be used in the Nazi government. However, that doesn't even seem to really fit the narrative right now. The narrative is the fact that these people are being accused of colluding with former Ukrainian president, with Russian lawyers, with and all ineffective to win the presidency. Okay, so does that mean it's absolute? We don't know, but we do know that the FBI feels that they have enough evidence to go forward. That also doesn't mean anything either, but that just means that they feel that way. So we can trace this type of evidence way back. The government has been responsible for obviously the genocide of so-called Native Americans, Hispanic, and Negroes from day one. And then, fast forwarded to even when after slavery was abolished, you have things like Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, when there were reports of U.S. planes and military planes actually bombing, the towns and city there. So, this isn't the first time, but if we go further to a time where, let's say in Rwanda, that's a real interesting thing too, because Rwanda is where some of another genocide happened between the Hutsus and the Tutsis. Now, the thing is also anywhere in Africa, from northern to western Africa, and Uganda and whatnot, a lot of these people there, not all, but a lot of them come from the Israelite heritage. So a lot of them are Hebrew Israelites, okay? And they have to go through a lot of the murder, genocide, slavery that we had to go through here. Okay, now I'm not saying all of them, but through the spirit, we know a lot of them have dealt with curses also. So the reason why that makes all the sense is that the U.S., they started doing those things. Okay, they literally started actually getting involved and turning a blind eye. Okay, they said that they knew that the CIA knew that there were weapons going into Rwanda at the time. So to be able to fund the type of war that they needed, weapons had to be flooded, and the U.S. knew it, the UN knew it, the CIA, and so forth. All right, so these people, they have always been involved in foreign policy, and they've been criticized big time because the U.S. has always been involved with dictators like Idi Amin, okay, and Museveni, okay. These are Rwandan dictators, also Nigerian and Zaire dictators also, that have been in direct violation of human violations. They have been the UN and other countries and other governments have accused them of direct human violations. So the U.S. government has been associated with these people. So it's nothing new. It's nothing new under the sun. It's always been going on. And now you see right now these people are being indicted by the FBI, okay, because, of that. So you get these people here, they're on Front Street, and the whole world can see them after all these years of, of saying that they weren't involved, okay? And I don't know what's playing in the background. Hopefully it's nothing, so I'm going to X out of that. But for the most part, let's get to some scriptures just to showing of it. And let's go to Proverbs 29. Proverbs 29 verse 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. People are mourning in this country, all right? It's not just the so-called Negro, Hispanic, and Native American, but also, other nations in this country. They're actually being embarrassed that their Republican president, their campaign, the people that making America great again, they're being indicted and being picked off and being exposed. They got their skirt being lifted up, all right? Also, there was another story about John Kelly, which is the White House chief of staff, that compared the Robert E. Lee and Christopher Columbus to good patriotic people, and that how we would never be able to learn anything by who are we to be able to take whatever values and things we've learned now and be able to implement them back if we were to go back in the future, in the past, what we'll be able to say. So these people right now that are running our country, okay, are being exposed for the bigots, the racists, the actual wicked that they are. Anybody says less, they're a goddamn lie. They don't know. All right. So here's another thing here, based on that, what the man said. And y'all can look at that article on your own. But it's John Kelly, White House Chief of Staff. Psalms 83 verse 3, it says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. All right. So basically we see that they literally don't care. They don't care what they do. They don't care what they say. All right. And let's go to Zechariah. Zechariah is a good one. But this is the one I was talking about the White House Chief of Staff. It says here, Zechariah 11 verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them. So it literally tells you that any genocide where there's oppressors and there's people that are possessing you and people that they don't hold themselves guilty. They would not go change a thing. They wouldn't care if what they knew now. And people are outraged by this. Even other nationalities, they're looking at the U.S. and they're saying, how could you say that? How could you say this is going to be another major reason why we're going to go to war? Because people are looking, and guess what? These other nations, they're not righteous. They're not perfect. They have all the things that they're accusing the United States of to be held accountable for. Okay? There's Edomites over there. And there's Moab and Ammon over there that laughed at us, all right, and that knew that we were an easy target and that they could come set up shop in the hood and sell us dog and cat. And so they knew, they were like, hey, guess what? They're talking to each other. United States is great. Well, what part of the United States? Oh, the hood, all right, right down the street from Ray Ray and Pookie. Then we're going to sell them fake gold, all right, the cheapest made. We're going to sell them plastic rice and BS food. And so, specifically, I'm not saying that they don't set up shop in the suburbs or in places where so-called white people are at or the Edomites are at, but they mainly have made a fortune off of us. All right, selling us women knockoff handbags and brothers, designer. We so crave for designer clothes and stuff. They quick to sell us knockoff, Gucci belts and this and that. All right, Gucci, everything. It's just ridiculous. All right, and so these other countries are in cahoots. The U.S. is in cahoots with other countries and back and forth, and their skirt is being pulled up. They're being showed. All right, and one also last thing is that law is called the FARA law. It's the Foreign Agent Regulation Act that is basically supposed to have all these things listed, whether you do business with another country and then the money and then the people involved, you have to list that. Since the 60s, only 8 convictions have ever been made, all right, because these people are making it so that none of it is being publicized, or none of it even gets convictions. All right, because there's lots of money to be made off of our backs, money to be made, and that's why America is one of the most hated countries. Okay, even the people that have been doing business with them, they look at the United States and they say these people, they're the most absolute, deplorable people on the planet, and that's what they'll have in war. The Most High is putting using their kings and their rulers, and they'll come to war with the United States. Okay, so hey, hope this was informative, and with that, I want to say shalom.